YouTubers, so we're going to install this GAMMAXX GTE V2 LGA 1700 kit. This is an i7-12700f. This is my MSI Pro Z690 motherboard, Z690A DDR4. Yeah, I got this off eBay. I've explained this in a few videos. 60 bucks due to the damage here. It does still have two other PCIe slots, so it's good enough, right? Alright, so let's get the kit out. Hopefully we won't do any more damage to this motherboard. So the kit includes this thing. Of course, you will want to take the tape off. I'm going to leave it on because I will reuse this motherboard for 13th gen and who knows what else. Couple screws on the bottom. That's going to mount these to the CPU cooler. Let's go ahead and put this on first. All right, you see how that's on there, or this is cut out. We'll want to check the back here. Let's see. And it really doesn't matter, folks. Interesting. Pop that in there, and then we're going to set it down. Now we've damaged this box I've been working on these coolers with, so I'm going to set it on the counter. And hopefully, there we go. So it's in. Now, next thing to do, folks, is to get out our CPU cooler. And I guarantee I've still got parts on it from the other. Or maybe not. There it is. I was thinking I would have parts on it. Kind of surprised they gave us two more screws, considering the other one would have. Oh gosh, this comes with two screws. So I'm gonna remove this, and you can tell I haven't used this. Now, when I originally got this in, it did not have the LGA kit. I had to request it from Deepcool. They were nice enough to send it to me. They have sent me two, so they're evidently not keeping track of it. I'm going to clean this off because it's got some sticky residue. Then we're going to install it. Whether yours actually had the fan on it or not, we're going to need the fan off. Keep an eye on how I've got those brackets on there, okay? Because one of the most painful things can be these brackets, dealing with them, putting them back on correctly, and they're already coming off. There's some really good designs out there. That isn't one of them. All right. So, question is, folks, does this go on the bottom or the top of this? Let's look at our manual. And it's going to sit up top, so we're going to screw in from above. All right. And we got that set aside. Let's get one screw. I'm not a big fan of these kind of designs. I know it's one aspect, it's nice, it's interchangeable. You know, you can use this with AMD and all kinds of different Intels, right? So that part will be nice. And to be honest with you, I think I paid 20 bucks for this. It's some aspects of this CPU cooler I do like. You know, I'm a huge Noctua fan, right? Hopefully we'll get that in there without cross-threading it. I wish Noctua would include these things for free. They charge them. It definitely makes the CPU cooler look more styling. Now, this, though, is obviously not made out of metal, so it acts as an insulator. I don't know that is the smartest thing. You're basically losing some surface area. And, of course, while I'm talking, I'm over here losing parts. But, you know, heat rises, right? You would think you would want to keep those rods and the top heatsink uncovered, but or at least have them with a metallic piece. Alright, so we're screwing that in. Easy enough, right? And this looks like it's going to be pretty symmetrical. Yeah, perfectly symmetrical. Thank you, Deep Cool. So many of these aren't. 4 heat pipes, though, in my opinion, is not that great. Alright, so this is where you would put some thermal paste on here. Now, if they included some, which I think they did in the original kit, I may have used it elsewhere. Oh, yeah, one of these little crappy jobs. We'll go ahead and use it. I'm using everybody's ID cooling. If we throw in Noctua, we'll probably use theirs or Arctic, but this is really for a shootout I'm doing. We're going to compare upwards of 10 CPU coolers. The 10, some of the cheapest ones you can get. I was trying to think of what price point. It's either going to be, oh, that's a big glob there. It's either going to be 35 and below, or we're going to do 30. I'm going to pause and clean this up a little bit. Took off some of the thermal paste. That was way more than we want. We don't want this to end up down in the side. So, you know, setting this up, you potentially could go this way if you want, if your case has vents upwards, but yours truly, I like to keep all of the air flowing across. And this thing's set up, folks, it looks like for LGA 1151. So you're going to slide these out. And then, hopefully, that'll line up. So there may be a... that thing just slides in there, so it's not like some designs where you have 2, 3 locations. So they actually, the way they design this, as long as the hole pattern's pretty much square, you'll be able to use this well into the future, as long as the motherboards match up. So there is a good chance, folks, that we are not screwing this into the threaded hole. And I'm going to sit here and just keep turning this. All right, let's see though. If we lift up, yeah, so it's actually in all 4. So I'm going to pause while I tighten these down. That way you guys don't waste your time watching that. And I was right. I actually did not have all 4 of them in. This guy back here was off. And I think we're good now. So you're done, folks, when you're tightening and it's not moving anymore. That also obviously tells you that you did line it up with the hole. And that was done. So I said I wasn't going to show you guys me screwing these in, but there's a... okay, there we go. So they're in. Now, we want the CPU cooler to blow a certain way. You want the prettier side facing out. You'll want your cable towards the bottom and towards the back. When I say back, where your CPU power connectors are. Here's your I/O side. You basically want the cables to end up coming out here, because back here is where your CPU power connector is, your CPU fan connector. So we're going to hopefully get that out of the way. And then at the same time, coming in here, making sure these are hooked in properly. You're going to pull those in and get it to lock in. All right. Now you see how, if you've never done a computer before, you see the RAM slots I have. If you only have one pair of RAM, those are slots you're going to pick. If you have 4 sticks of RAM, you would obviously use all 4 of those. All right. Now I'm going to leave the twist tie on here because guess what? That was something I needed to do. So if I remember correctly, folks, this is the CPU fan header. I don't see my glasses anywhere. Let's get my glasses out. This one, the third one, so or the one closest to the CPU. So if you're watching this for hooking up a CPU cooler to this motherboard, or you're watching it to install this exact CPU cooler, that is what's going to happen. All right, so down below, folks, I should have links that will take you to videos. One, basically a benchmark video of this. One compilation that shows all the CPU coolers we're using and how they compared. And then we'll have should have a gaming footage from Fortnite. And then I don't know that I'll stick it in there, but the BIOS video. See what the temperature is in the BIOS, which, you know, most of you guys won't care, but from a comparison standpoint, that one's good because nothing's happening really in the BIOS, right? It's just kind of the easiest way to compare it, because you know there's no background noise really, no background programs. All right, so it's installed, folks. Thanks for checking out the video. Please like, please subscribe.